Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Victoria 2, Heart of Darkness, Italy. And where we last left off, we were doing things. Honestly, it's been about a week since I recorded this, so I don't really remember. One thing I do know we need to do, though, is beef up the 7th Army over in Calabar, or the Western African Army, which is, maybe what I'll call them. I really should start renaming these things so they make more sense, but, what can you do? Anyway, we are short an engineer, another artillery, and 2 horsey units. So let's see if we can do that in Africa. We can get our 1 engineer. That's good. We can go for 1 more artillery piece, and then we can get a couple of horses like so. And those guys should be coming over there, which is a good idea. I'm just going to be back momentarily. Just got to close my sliding door so I don't pick up too many noises from the outside. Be back in a second. Well, that may anger my cat, but I'm not that concerned. So we're going to have those guys squared away. It certainly does look like I'm getting myself positioned for an assault into United Kingdom territory, but I don't think that's actually what we want to do. So let's just go ahead, unpause the time, and increase some things. My word, we're making a lot of money. So we could probably afford to do a little bit of a tax cut, but we'll let this run for a couple of days just to see if it can sort itself out. And yeah, I guess in the meantime, we're basically pushing towards getting universal suffrage done so we don't have to see all these pop-ups anymore. And then, get into the 20th century. 4 broken windows, attempted arson, a technical assault of 2 police officers. The police officers weren't hurt, but I bet their pride was. What in the world compelled you to do such a thing? A more militant wing of the Italian suffragette movement has conducted a violent protest campaign against government authorities in one of our states. Local conservatives speak gloomily about the unraveling of the nation's moral fabric and the end of Western civilization. Let's just stop with all this, and we'll sort things out in the future. Oh, okay, yeah, allied with. I was looking at that, and I'm noticing the German army maneuvering around, and I'm like, wait a second. At war with us? No. Allied with us. So, that's a good thing. Yeah, it's Austria that we've got to be cautious about when it comes to war. Burma. That's not good. We've got some rebel units in Burma, and I think the Colonial Army is actually the closest. We're not able to get military access on... Oh, no, we are. Excellent. Okay, well, let's do that, because you guys certainly need the help. Thank you. And we'll get the Colonial Army moving to protect the Burmese so they don't fall out of our sphere and we lose out on all of the opium that we got rolling, especially considering just how many people are employed by that opium. Alright, yeah, it's finishing its fuel factory now, that's some exciting stuff. Although I guess we already have a fuel refinery, so we'll figure it out. It's not that big of a concern. Although I certainly, as always, for the past 40 or 50 years, basically since the game started, just want control over my economy. That's all I want. From the Congo Basin to the deepest fathoms of the Bengal, from the jungles of India to the coasts of Java, scientific taxonomy is making new advances daily. As the light of a civilization spreads to even the darkest corners of the earth, the Creator's secrets are, little by little, being unraveled. Turn over any old rock in the colonies and you'll find yet another spectacular piece of miraculous fauna looking back at you, with at least one of its 15 eyes. New species of exotic fauna are being discovered in the colonies, and a suggestion has been proposed to establish a colonial museum of natural history. The idea is certainly interesting, but it might be expensive. Let us see these creatures in their natural habitat instead. No, 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 no. Come on now. Let's set that up. We gotta show bugs to everybody, so everybody can look and be like, damn, the world's crazy. What do we got? 100%, you're kidding me, 100% of Lombardia are reactionary. Well, ain't that just great? An association of capitalists in Lombardia have begun a public relations campaign educating their workers on the value of free trade. Launch the counter campaign! That takes care of that, and we can head on back to Rangoon, which could use a little bit of updating. So we'll do that. No one's coming through Rangoon, damn it. At least not Italian Rangoon. State capitalism, please. Russia. So if we wound up at war with Russia, how would they hit us? The Italian election is underway, and so far has proceeded smoothly. Debates are being carried out in their usual manner. There are no reports of violence in Rome or anywhere else. Or elsewhere, however else you'd like to word that sentence. Supporters of the ruling regime have turned out in force, as have the hopefuls seeking to defeat the current government. Well, we shall see about that. So we figured out, thanks to the comments, why I'm not able to build any sort of factories in Bulgaria. It's because they are communist. So, boo to them. The Rome weather did its worst against us. Mud, mud, mud was its prominent feature, and it was known among us afterwards as the Mud March. Clearly a sign the public that public meeting nonsense is not to be allowed. No, no, no. We'll just get more people liberal. I hope. Still looking for reforms? Not gonna happen. I guess we could take a look at the rebels forming as well, but bah. Now look at this, Lazio! 100% socialist, or communist even. Ho ho ho! A teenage girl was found beaten and raped in a cultural minorities section of the city. I think we will do what? This time, we'll go with that. Why not? Let's just do things right. Two debaters are arguing heatedly about their views. The rest of the hall sits dumbfounded when words like aliens, minorities, ethnic and cultural groups are thrown between the two. One wishes that immigrants should adapt to the dominant culture, while the other believes that they should retain their cultural heritage. Limit them, because that's a middle-of-the-road approach. The Mud March again will get some more liberals. Seriously, Germany, what's with the military movements? I'm confused. A group of Italian agitators has gathered support in Treviso, quickly turning all of Venetia into a stronghold of liberal thinking. Lovely. Let's take a look. See how this is coming along. I hope. Aha, that's what I thought. We should get rid of you. March you over yonder. Launch the counter campaign. And those guys are the same. So, where are you going? Up there? Perfect. Now, if we take a look, too, we've got these guys to flesh out as well, which we will do momentarily. Might not be able to get engineers there, but, you know, that's okay. That little bit of Belgian Congo, come on. The soldiers need better food. There's no question about that. Is there any... I guess, really, yeah, so if we take a look, the Dutch, well... I don't like the fact that we'd also be up against Spain, seeing as how they are friendly. Let's just do that one. Yeah, why do you have to be allied to both us and the Netherlands, Spain? Couldn't you pick the awesome side? It's like we got some work to do in Serbia. So we will. We will increase opinion. Ah, yeah, we can see Austria has certainly done some things in Serbia for their industry, so perhaps we should return the favor. What's in their capital province? Coal, a bunch of grain, so really a bakery. A bakery would be a good thing, or a lumber mill. Let's see. Europe. Serbia is not on the list. Okay, well that's fine. Oh, it looks like Japan's put some money into Spain. Also looks like there's a lot of closed down factories in Spain. I wonder if we just opened up one. Maybe a Spanish winery? Sure, let's blow some money on a Spanish winery. Why not? Because that should be profitable, really. State capitalism. People are always wanting to buy wine. We cannot act. And, yeah, it looks to be going. So there you go, Spain. Although we got more unemployed and people are leaving now. So, maybe not. Let's see. In order to emphasize the multi-religious makeup of Piedmont and the law's relationship with the divine, a courthouse in Piedmont has taken it upon itself to install a series of reliefs along its walls detailing great lawbringers from various faiths. The placement of such large and overtly religious carvings has caused a fiery debate to break out between those advocating a separation of religion and state and those who applaud the addition of pluralistic religious ideals to the courthouse. With whom should we side? You shall not call religion to the bench. We don't need to smash it. Although I guess that's really the same, isn't it? We're just not going to get involved. That's the easiest solution. Just pretend that nothing's happening. Alright, let's take a look here. We're still short one artillery piece. I guess that's coming from Djibouti, isn't it? Yeah, that's going to be a while. Alright, well, we got that research done. Whatever it was. Tax efficiency, if I could speak, that would be absolutely lovely. Yes, really, we should start looking at doing things like this. And that will give us modern cruisers and advanced battleships, so combustion engine it is. Not to mention we're Italy, so we should be producing Ferraris. I realize something like that does take a little bit of time, but it makes sense in my head. Debate on citizenship and residency. My word. Let's fully support that. And we got those all done all along. Deep shaft mining. That's good. Okay, so yeah, our defenses in Italy are set. That is lovely and wonderful. I guess we should also be looking at upgrading some of our other colonial holdings. Shocker, conservatives and reactionaries. It's been the Italian way for far too long. I don't really foresee us fighting Spain, but perhaps some sort of fortifications along this border would be a good idea. And where else? Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, hello. Expand, expand, expand. And where else? We got Burma pretty much secured, and that's pretty much it. Everybody else is just kind of chilling out max and relaxing out cool. I thought we were working on Colad, aren't we? I guess it's just taking a while. Well, we're almost there, so that's good. We'll get them in our sphere soon enough. We got the Sikh Empire now too. We'll worry about Kalat first, and then we'll get the Sikh Empire later. Because if we take a look at the sphere of influence, let's go with us, because that'll be easier to see. One of our traders was turned away from the port in any province some time ago. Apparently he was discovered by local customs officials trying to smuggle opium, despite the Omani ban on opium imports. A liberal politician in our lower house has addressed the matter. The right to trade freely and openly across the seas and on land is one of the unalienable rights of mankind. Our rights have been denied in Oman, and I, for one, wonder how long the government will stand for these slights at the hands of uncivilized heathens. Well, we're going to demand trade access. One thing I do want to check before that happens, though. You're not in anyone's sphere, so that's good, but you are friendly with the British. So we'll see what happens here. The trade disputes between Oman and the Great Powers had been ongoing since the latter half of the 18th century. Tensions finally escalated to the boiling point in 1899, when Omani officials had repeatedly turned down Italian requests for unlimited trade access, including a lifting of the ban on the sale of opium. The Italian government, already deeply invested in a policy of confrontation, found itself with no options but to declare war. Thus, the Italian-Omani Opium War begun. Why do we lose prestige for this? Alright. So let's think this through. If we were to declare war on Oman, the United Kingdom would, without a doubt, join in. So let's see if anybody would join us. Romania and Serbia, Brazil, Germany, Spain. Well, that seems like a good idea. Who's the UK allied with? Portugal, Cyprus, Greece, territorial states, Ottawa, a bunch of tiny places, it doesn't really matter, and Austria-Hungary. Let's do it. Declare war, add to sphere. We've wanted them in our sphere for a long time. It's about time it happened. Proceed. We've declared war on Oman. That is lovely and wonderful. We have our steamer transports set and ready to go. They are unprotected. This could prove to be a problem. We'll see soon enough, though. Let's see. I would bet those are indeed armed ships. So I don't know about getting the Colonial Army marching. What would be the safest way to get them to here? I guess if the UK does wind up fighting us, what we do is we send our submarines first to the Straits of Obak. We then get our transports set and ready to go. In the meantime, we're going to want to order all of our troops to the border with Austria. All the rest of our troops, anyway. Like so. That's the perfect time for that unit to come from Djibouti. That's good. We do have 24,000 British troops out in the middle of nowhere, which the 10th Army should be able to match relatively easily. We can then use the 9th to go in and snag British Kenya, which is good. And then, because we're pulling some European troops in to go after Oman, we will have our Colonial Army set to snag the little bits that belong to Britain here, and then push that way if we can. Right. And there is one last area to check, I suppose. The New World. Well, North America. The Americas. Anyway, we might be able to snag some of England's Caribbean holdings. My big concern is going to be not just the 45,000 troops stationed in Trinidad and who knows however many, scattered around the Caribbean and, of course, Canada, but their surface fleet. Because if there's one thing Italy is lacking, it's a good offensive surface fleet. All we have is basically, 10 submarines? That's probably not going to be enough to take on the Royal Navy all by its lonesome. So, we'll just have to see how things go. Spain has honored, the German Empire has honored, Empire of Brazil has honored, Serbia's in, Romania is in. Everybody's in! That's good. Conservatives declare a victory, as they would. There we go. Hop in your transports. And let's get you going into Mukla. In the meantime, we'll just make sure our submarines are going to be positioned in the correct location. So who are we? We're with Bahrain, Zadi, and Oman. So I know we're... no, that's the territorial states. So there's Bahrain. Where's Zadi? Zadi! Oh, okay. Well then, we can adjust our plans here. We're still cool with the United Kingdom, which is super groovy. Where are my submarines at? There. You guys can just stop there as well. And that's good. Okay, we are going to be able to keep ourselves protected when the troop transports arrive. The cat and mouse act again. We will ignore the matter. And an immigrant deported. A recent immigrant was put on the returning ship back home again when local police caught him stealing from a local street vendor. The case has caused much alarm among the immigrant community, many of whom are unfamiliar with our justice system, who now fear that more deportations will follow. Try to assure them that all is well. There we go. Jacobin rebels in Bonga. I guess we'll send you. It doesn't look like the UK is taking much of an interest at the moment. So that's good. Workshop of the world is, of course, the United Kingdom. And with that being the case, I wonder if we could move the Colonial Army back into Africa. That might be a good idea. Ignore the matter, although by the time they get there, we'll probably have already swept through. We'll see. A lavish expedition sounds wonderful, as does a national conference. Let's have both. And there we go. We can hop on up into Sana, and that'll be one of the many nations that we don't need in our sphere of influence anymore. Now the question is, what do you produce? Grain. Bahrain, what do you produce? Grain. I think I'd like to get Bahrain into my sphere, if I'm honest. Because I have a feeling oil will pop up there eventually. We can send you back down that way. Maybe that way. 57,000. I get this feeling like Britain's going to want to join in this war sooner than later. They're just looking for the opportune time. Anyway, let's move the fleet. And in fact, we can take the European squadron and just send them into port. What do we got? Zadi. Decline. Moving. Yeah, I do think it would make the most sense to add Bahrain. Because we're already going to be adding Oman, which is our war goal. Add Oman to the sphere, to our sphere of influence. Or we could annex. Maybe annexing would be better. Because just adding them to our sphere of influence is going to cause issues with Britain because they're friendly. So I think maybe an annexation would be the best route, so we can just ignore Oman's allies. Well, by ignore, I mean conquer as much as we need to. We've snagged ourselves the combustion engine, which is exciting stuff. I'm thinking probably electricity would be a good thing to get next. Because electrical power is a good thing. Why are we friendly with rebels? Battle of Padua. Oh, we must have had some rebels. There. I guess that's fine. Do we have any other rebels kicking around somewhere? Highly doubt it. You see, but how can I do anything to them if I just share the space with them? You know what I mean? Like, no, we're gonna go for annexation this time around, Oman. Thank you very much for your suggestion. And there goes Spain doing their thing. Hopefully it goes to us. But I'm glad to see them getting involved. Our allies are doing good work. So are the Germans, come to think of it. Oh, so you're just going to disappear? Okay, well then we'll just go this way. What do you want? Nope. That's the easy way out. We're not interested in the easy way out. Nope. See, I hope when we annex, that land doesn't go to Spain. Because what is that? That is opium, fish, fruit, opium, grain, opium. So regardless, we're going to want to get in there if Spain stops in Dukum, or Dukum, however you pronounce that. If Spain stops there, and I hope they do, we can push our advantage. Yeah, we're not going to Doha, but thank you. Nope. Would it be good? I want to make sure I get the important stuff. So I guess really it's Nizwa and Muscat that we want. Might wind up splitting my old army here just to make sure we get ourselves covered and get all the good land. It looks like we lost a horsey unit. It's a bit of a concern for the 5th, but we can always replace losses. That's a European army. It shouldn't be too difficult to train up another horsey unit. And we're in position there. Thank you, Oman. We will now balance our forces and select the other guy and move into the capital, which should secure it for everybody. Well, secure it for us anyway. And if we wind up splitting possession between Spain and someone else, then, you know what? At least we got some stuff. Oh, here comes Serbia, too. That's exciting. That's ours, so we'll go into Sohar. Political science. Goodbye. Goodbye. Nope. Oh, what do we got? Serbia! Welcome to our sphere? Not quite yet. Okay, increase opinion. We're gonna beat you, Austria. You don't get Serbia. How can a secondary power even be doing that? They shouldn't. Oh, they're a great power. That explains it. Our first minister is a true patriot. It took a while for us to get our first minister, but you know what? I guess there's no sense in complaining. And I have to say, this little coalition of the willing we were able to form in Oman is a good thing. The Dark Continent. It's about time we got that. So, where are we going to go? First place, I want to plop down. Do I want to really get involved in that? Nope. Can't get involved because Rangoon is too far. That's crazy. But it looks like the Pacific is entirely closed off to us. That's fine. We'll make sure we go there, and we'll make sure we go there. And where else? I mean, we can continue to expand, I guess. We got the colonial points, right? Oh, my, do we ever. Alright, well, that should be good for African expansion. Again, we don't want to step on Germany's toes, so we're not going to. We'll just continue doing our thing. So I ask you, sisters, write to your congressman, your local MP, your grandmother, someone, anyone. If the world will not come around to the message that women, considered as political animals, are equal to men in every relevant aspect, then the message will have to come around to it. The Italian suffragette movement has initiated a letter-writing campaign with the ambitious goal of reaching every MP with 1,000 letters every year, until female suffrage is passed and women are given the right to vote. The campaign has had a fair amount of effect already. Let's go with Upper House. We could probably use some liberals there, although I'm not really passing any sort of ideas. Political reforms, so, you know. Yeah, the World's Fair, that's a good idea. We'll attempt to host it. Alright. Well, things look to be going great against Oman. Even Brazil's getting involved. Coalition of the Willing, you guys kick some serious ass. Nope. Oh, we got a newspaper. There's all the news that's fit to read. Alright, we can merge our forces back together. Nope. And I would imagine we're not quite there yet. So we got to get to 100%, which should happen once, you know, the poor single unit of infantry of the Germans does their thing. Merge you guys back together. Destitution and poverty, along with the other social ills that follow in the wake of a serious alcohol addiction, are becoming ever more widespread in Genoa and in the entire Piedmont region. We can't act. It sucks that people get addicted, but you know what? We're not closing down bars. It's not what we're doing. General Antonio Deza. Oh dear, poor Deza. Let's see. Hey, this looks good. Spain annex Oman. No, the German Empire annex Bahrain. Oh, that's not mine. Okay, well, we can add a war goal. Establish protectorate. Annex Zadi. Propose a peace. Offer peace terms. Oh, that's Zadi. Right. Cancel. We need to go to Oman. There we go. Add a war goal. Establish protectorate. We should be able to score that, and then Germany will be able to get Bahrain, and Spain kind of gets screwed over. But that's okay, because they're not really a great power. So we'll try this. We'll see what works. On the 25th of March, we'll be able to do our solutions. Okay. Things have gone from bad to worse. In blank, where the Colonial police, while in pursuit of two locals suspected of murdering a colonial official, have happened to disturb a shrine of some importance to local religiosity. Natives in the area are infuriated over the perceived lack of respect. Their beliefs must be respected. Nope, you gotta wait a day. There we go. Propose a peace. Add Spain to the... they want to... Well, we don't need to worry about that. And we don't need to worry about that. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Why? Why would annexation be 51? Why would you do that, Paradox? So even if we were to do that... Oh, they would. They just won't accept that. Would they accept that? No. So no matter what, nobody's annexing Oman. Unless it's only me. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. So congratulations, Germany. Helped you out a little bit. Hope you remember that. Probably won't, but that's okay. It'll be quicker, actually, if we send our boats up yonder. Oh, we don't have military access with our sphereling. Of course not. That's gonna suck. We are definitely gonna need to start dumping points. Because really, all Britain can do now is just come along and be like, no, you're not in their sphere anymore. Which would be annoying, but what can you do? Let's send the submarines home. And shall we host the the second Olympic Games. Yes, yes, we should. Come on, transports. There we go. We'll take care of you soon. Although I guess the home army is all set to intercept rebellions anyway. Oh, electricity's done. That did not take long. And it is 1900. How exciting. We can get some more military techs, but I think what we're going to really go for is the steam turbine ships. Well, let's get our navy modernized, shall we? Seems like a very good idea. Get the troops home. Tractors, motorized infantry. We can now build guard units, which are great for storming ahead and charging headlong into military matters. Looks like Germany and the UK are going to be fighting over... fight the disease with every available means. Fighting over that area. The World's Fair venue, we were not selected. We'll attend anyway. I guess we could grab this little section. Cotton and coffee. Sure. I hope that doesn't anger anybody, but you know what? What do we got? Burma, again. That's not good. You guys have this, right? I hope so. Wright and Langley's aeroplanes. Wonderful. The Royal Geographic Society has announced that an award will be presented to the first expedition. We'll outfit an expedition. First expedition to reach the North Pole, that is. Not just a first expedition anywhere. Which is good, because that would be kind of silly. Ours is a nation of order where peace and civility rule the day. Everyone strives for the common good and for the progress of our nation as a whole. A recent report in a Rome newspaper regarding the arrest of a prominent criminal figure who had previously eluded authorities has not outraged the people, but rather has served to reinforce their beliefs. Lovely. Let's get some forces set up for the French border, just in case we need it. One never knows. Drunken riots. Sounds like a blast. What else do we need? We need to disable that. X-rays. We do have 2 units there, so let's merge those guys together, and that's looking hunky-dory. We do need to do some things here. So, what we're going to do... Those are infantry? Okay, so we are going to go military, build an army. We're going to need 1 unit of infantry. Because I don't think we can get any... Oh, we can. Okay, well, let's go with that then. And that'll put us 3, 4. So yeah, we will need a unit of them. Well, why not? A unit of them. And then 2 horses. And that should boost up the Congo military, which is good. A group of concerned citizens has organized a historical society in the capital, ostensibly pledged towards providing support for Italian families with a long history of residence in the country. In truth, the society exists to oppose immigration laws and actively supports their repeal. Several members of the society have high standing in the government and have been asking for support. Refuse them. Immigration's a good thing. You can see that we are losing 28,000 people daily. We need to do something about that. The first tractor, excellent. Ooh, this episode's gone on for a while. Let's make sure. Letter writing campaign. Upper house, sure, why not? We can make telephones now. Now, these guys are able to march across. And we are missing a horsey, so let's go build army there. We need a European horsey. There we go. And that should come along nicely there, and I'm going to leave the episode there for today. So we got Oman in our sphere. We helped the German Empire out just a little bit, so they should be liking us even more. And things seem to be going quite well. That seems like a small fleet. Anyway, we'll address that. Well, let's take a look before. Morbid curiosity. Clippers. We'll get rid of Clippers and the Commerce Raider next time. If I remember, we'll see. Anyway, guys, thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.